This robot generated over $38,000 in the last 5 months with 0 losses. With very minimal drawdown, this robot could be the difference maker in your automated trading journey. Let's go ahead and run a test. I want you guys to see the statistics before I go in and break everything down. So we're going to be running on GBP USD M5 time period. We're going to be doing around 5 months. I'm not going to turn on the visual mode. I'm going to just show you guys the graph, and then we're going to take a look at the report. Let's go ahead and go into the report and point out some of the key factors in this testing. So first up, I want to point out the total net profit. We did a little bit over 38%, and now that is across the 5 months, but we actually under leverage, and you guys will be able to see here how this number could be significantly higher if we wanted to risk more. The initial deposit on this account is $100,000. Now, by the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys how you also can obtain a $100,000 trading account. The maximum drawdown that this robot had for the 5 months is 7.59%. And that drawdown goes into account for all months, not just 1 month. So if we go ahead and take our calculator out and put that number in, 7.59, we divide it across all 5 months, that averages out to 1.5% drawdown per month. With this very minimal drawdown, there is enough room for the profits to get much higher. Let's talk about the absolute drawdown. Absolute drawdown meaning when you look at your MetaTrader 4, when you look on your screen, the highest number that was ever in red at one time on your MetaTrader 4 was $699, which is 0.6%, a little over half of 1%. The win rate of this robot was 100%. It took 0 losses in the span of 5 months. Something very important that I want to point out is the total number of trades. As you guys can see, in 5 months, this robot took 16 trades. How in the world is a robot only taking 16 trades in 5 months? That must mean the quality of these trades are insanely high for it to only take 16 trades in the span of 5 months and maintain a 100% win rate. Now that we've seen the numbers, let's check out how is this even happening. We're going to rerun the test in vision mode to analyze the trades that the EA is taking. It is insane that this EA for the last 5 months maintained a 100% win rate, so there's got to be some kind of magic happening, right? I am going to be stopping the test every time this robot executes a trade, so we can go ahead and analyze the criteria on why it executed the trade. Now, I want you to keep in mind during this whole video that this robot is trading off of supply and demand. As we're able to see on our chart for GBP USD, we were in a uptrend, starting at a higher low, followed by a higher high, to a higher low, and to a higher high. So we're able to see that our robot executed 2 buys in this area right here. Now, what makes this area so special? Depending on how you mark up your supply and demand zones, the demand level that we're seeing inside of this higher low is from this candle here all the way to this candle down here. We classify that entire area as our demand level, and our bot went ahead and took our entry here. Now let's go ahead and finish checking out how this trade went. Boom, so we went ahead and closed in profit here. As you guys can see, whenever you see this blue line, sometimes it's red, it means that we went ahead and closed out in profit. As you guys are able to see, we closed out stop loss and profit. This robot operates with a hidden stop loss. Now let's take a look at our graph so far. We went from 100,000 to $104,657, a little bit over that. So in one trade, my apologies, 105,000. In one trade, this robot pocketed 5% with very minimal drawdown. As we're able to see for our next position, the robot went ahead and executed 2 more buying positions. Again, our market is trending up as we're able to see higher low into a higher high, into a higher low, into a higher high, into a higher low, into a higher high. So naturally, our demand level area is going to be from this candle to this candle, right? So if we go ahead and drag a box all the way across, we're able to see that our robot actually took a buying position at around the 50% mark. Now, if we scroll to the right side, we're able to see that we do face some drawdown here. Even though the market does come below our entry point quite a bit, we actually aren't in much drawdown. The reason being is because the positions that this robot is taking are very minimal, and that allows us room to go ahead and let the market work out in our favor on the higher time frames. Aside from having a hidden stop loss, this robot also features an equity protection feature that at a worst case scenario, we're still protected. Let's go ahead and let the strategy tester proceed. So we just closed out our last two positions and profits once again. As you guys can see, we ended up swinging that trade to the upside. Let's go ahead and take a look at our graph. We have now reached the equity of $110,000, which is 10% profits. 10% profits in 4 trades is incredible. The robot went ahead and took 2 selling positions in this area here. Now, if you look at this chart, you may think to yourself, why is it taking 2 selling positions in this area right here? Because right here we have an internal break of structure that goes ahead and leads from a lower high, well, this could be classified as a higher high, into a lower low, which comes right into a lower high, attempting to make a higher low. Now, as we can see, these are relatively equal bottoms, meaning that there is liquidity below those. With our prior decisional supply point here being mitigated by this new lower high, the robot goes ahead and takes 2 selling positions in this supply zone for the intentions of coming below this market and taking out the liquidity to begin the large bearish market. And as we can see, the robot went ahead and took that liquidity that was under those relatively equal lows. We ended up coming into some drawdown here, and the robot went ahead and came down. Now, I do want to head and point something out. So if we go ahead and zoom out of the chart and we go into where the market recently took that selling position, this right here is classified as a distribution Wyckoff schematic. If you are a supply and demand trader, you should be very aware of what this is and understanding why the robot is taking positions where it is taking them at. Now, when we have liquidity spikes like this, we understand that this is just a spring followed by a test, and look how well our entry lines up with the test. Now, if you are not a supply and demand trader, or if you don't understand the way Wyckoff schematics work, it is okay because our robot is 100% hands-free and you don't have to do any of the analysis. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you guys can see what's going on in the bigger picture. So now that the robot has went ahead and took the positions there, we can zoom out one more time and actually see the schematic unfold, and we're actually coming down to the downside. As I mentioned prior, even though we're above our entry level and we're in drawdown, it is all good because the robot is taking low lot risk positions, so our drawdown is still going to be very minimal. The beautiful thing about this robot is it's taking swing trades and it's taking high quality setups, so it understands that the direction of the market is going to continue to follow. Even after some liquidity spikes, the robot's taking low enough positions where we can handle this and we can maintain this very high win rate. And even at a worst case scenario loss, with our equity protection being set to 4% on this testing, we're still safe and we're still okay. With that being said, I want to mention to you guys that even though I'm talking about a 4% equity protection for your account, that way your account never goes below a 4% drawdown, remember that the absolute drawdown for this robot for 5 months was only $699, which equals a little bit over half of 1%. Please do keep that in mind every time we're looking at this strategy testing, because when we go into drawdown, it never reached over 699 floating drawdown. Now, our robot went ahead and exited the market here for our sell. Let's go ahead and take a look at the graph here. So on our third trade, we went ahead and reached $11,500. As you guys are able to tell, we have an accumulation schematic here where the robot went ahead and took buying positions in before we came down. We tested our spring and we went ahead and went to the upside once more. Boom, we just hit another take profit. We're able to see that now we are at $120,000, which is a 20% gain. We still have not taken any losses and we face very minimal drawdown. This is the same exact testing from the beginning of the video. We can also go to the report and you guys are able to see that this is the same exact testing from the beginning of the video.
Obtaining a $100,000 trading account is very easy through prop firms. All you have to do is pass a challenge where your robot must gain 10% profits without losing 10%. As you guys just saw, that is very, very possible. To gain access to the Nova EA, go ahead and visit PassYourForex.com. You can also click the link in the description to access our free Telegram results channel. The Nova EA comes prepared with everything you need to reach the next level in your automated trading journey.